Namaskar, dear students. Today, in continuation with the combustion, we are trying to solve few numericals, and these are all numericals are designed to cover the all aspects of the subjects. So, in the first numerical, that is, John's automobile has a 3-liter spark ignition V6 engine that operates on a 4-stroke cycle at 3600 rpm. The compression ratio is 9.5 and the length of the connecting rod is given 16.6 centimeter. Also, the condition is that the engine is square. Note, at this speed, combustion and at 20° after the top dead center. Calculate cylinder bore and stroke length, average piston speed, clearance volume of one cylinder, piston speed at the end of combustion, distance the piston has travelled from top dead center at the end of the combustion, volume in the combustion chamber at the end of combustion. So, as we know, if engine is square, that means the stroke length is equal to bore diameter of the cylinder. So, according to that condition which is given in the problem, we can take the capital L or small l as a stroke length and capital D or small d selected as a bore diameter. So, we also know the swept volume of the engine is calculated with the help of the total volume divided by the number of cylinder. So in this case, the total volume of the engine is given, that is 3 liter, and the number of cylinder, it is a V6 engine, so number of cylinder is 6. So we do this, we will get the swept volume, that is 0.5 liter. Convert in the meter cube, that is 0.0005 meter cube. Also we know the swept volume is pi by 4 d square into L, where d is a bore diameter of the cylinder and L is a stroke length. And as per the condition which is given in the numerical is L by D. So in the formula we put the L equal to D, so 0.005 equal to pi by 4 into D cube. So by solving this relation we get the diameter of the bore, that is 0.086 meter, and similarly according to L by D you will get the 0.086 meter is the length of the stroke. So now calculate the average piston speed. We know that the average piston speed is 2ln, where L is a stroke length, N is a engine RPM. So according to this equation, we put the value 2 into 0.086 meter into 3600 is engine RPM and divided by 60 for getting the answer in the meter per second. So answer is the 10.32 meter per second. Now calculating the clearance volume from the formula of compression ratio is equal to swept volume plus clearance volume divided by clearance volume. So according to values, all is available, that is compression ratio is 9.5 already given, swept volume we know is 0.0005, And so with the help of this we'll get the clearance volume, that is 0.000059 meter cube. Now for calculating the crank radius from the crank offset, the formula is A equal to stroke length divided by 2. So stroke length is 0.086 divided by 2. So the crank radius is 0.043 meter at offset. Again, R is given, which is called the crank radius, and this is equal to connecting rod length divided by crank offset radius, which is we have calculated earlier. So 0.166, which is already given in the numerical crank radius value, and offset value A is we just calculate previously 0.043. So answer is 3.86. Now as per the problem, we calculate the instantaneous piston speed. The formula of instantaneous piston speed is denoted by UP divided by average piston speed equal to pi by 2 sin theta in bracket 1 plus, then again in a small bracket cos theta divided by under square r square minus sin square theta, small bracket closed, then big bracket is closed. So after putting the value, that is theta value is given already 20 degree, and r value is 3.86 and theta again 20. So the average instantaneous piston speed is 6.89 meter per second. Now problem says calculate the piston position inside of the cylinder. So S is represent the piston position, and the formula is A cos theta plus under root r square minus a square sin square theta. So all values are available here. So putting these values, we will get the 0.206 meter, that is the piston position. Now calculate the distance of piston from the top dead center. So x is a represent the distance of piston from TDC. It is further represented by r plus a minus s. So according to that, x is equal to 0.003 meter. So this is called the distance of piston from the TDC. Now finding the instantaneous volume. The instantaneous volume shows that during the combustion, the volume in the combustion chamber has increased by only a very small amount, and shows that combustion in an spark ignition engine occurs at constant volume at TDC. So according to formula of the instantaneous volume, V instantaneous divided by clearance volume equal to 1 plus 1 by 2 RC, that is the compression ratio, minus 1, and in the bigger bracket, that is R plus 1 minus cos theta minus under root R square minus sin square theta. So putting all these values, we will get the answer is 1.32. So multiple by the clearance volume, the instantaneous volume is 0.0000779 meter. So this is the answer of this problem. Now shall we go for the next problem, that is problem 2. In continue with the problem 1, a dynamometer connected which gives a brake output torque reading of 205 Newton meter at 3600 rpm. So at this speed, air enters the cylinder at 85 kilopascal pressure and at the 60 degree Celsius temperature. The mechanical efficiency is given, that is 85%. Calculate brake power, indicated power, brake mean effective pressure, indicated mean effective pressure, frictional mean effective pressure, power loss due to friction, and brake specific power. So, with the help of the solution, we know the formula to calculate the brake power, that is brake power equal to 2 pi nt divided by 60. So, keep all values in the formula and finally we will get 77,297.179. If it is round up, then 77,300, and calculate in the kilowatt. So again the brake power is 77.3 kilowatt equal to 104 HP. So now calculating the indicated power by using the relation, we always know that mechanical efficiency is equal to brake horsepower divided by indicated horsepower. So the value is 85 divided by 100 and the already mechanical efficiency is given, and after that we calculate, we will get indicated horsepower is 90.94 kilowatt, or this is 122 HP, as we know that 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watt. So now calculate the brake mean effective pressure, that is BMEP is equal to 4 pi into torque divided by swept volume. The brake mean effective pressure, which is calculated at the pressure on the shaft, output shaft. So after putting all values, we get the answer is around 510 Newton per meter square equal to 584 1.5 kilopascal. Similarly, we calculate the indicated mean effective pressure, that is IMEP equal to BMEP divided by mechanical efficiency, same as the formula previously we used that to calculate the mechanical efficiency with respect to brake horsepower and indicated horsepower. So calculating that, we find the answer is around 687.2.3 kilopascal. This is the indicated mean effective pressure, and indicated mean effective pressure is calculated on the inside of the combustion chamber, that is top of the cylinder. So it is always higher than the brake mean effective pressure. Now calculating the frictional mean effective pressure. So it is very common that FHP or frictional horsepower is equal to indicated horsepower minus brake horsepower. So similarly, the formula for the calculating the mean effective pressure is FMEP equal to IMEP minus BMEP. So answer is 1030.86 kilopascal, that is called the frictional mean effective pressure. And similarly, we calculate the frictional horsepower or frictional power loss by putting the value in the FHP equal to IHP minus BHP. So answer is 18 horsepower, that is called the frictional horsepower. Now the next is calculating the brake specific power, that is BSP, and the formula is brake horsepower divided by pi by 4 into D square into number of cylinder N, that is overall we say that BHP divided by swept volume. So here the BHP is already we obtained, this is 104 divided by rest of the values and multiple with the 6, that is the number of cylinder. So the answer is 2988 kilowatt per meter square. That is called the brick specific power. So this is the complete solution of the problem. Thank you.